you can. Fantastic. Well, look, thanks so much for joining us today. We're going to run through, obviously, just about the Maldives. And really, as I said, to have a half an hour presentation just about how you can create an itinerary, possibly that your client can't replicate somewhere else. I think all the time at Waterstone, we're trying to add value to you as advisors, and we feel that this is a way that you can present a fantastic holiday, making the most out of the destination, that your client just is not going to be able to book online. Also connecting you with the people who make that happen. And at that point, I'd like to introduce Zach, who's mentioned is lucky enough to be in the beautiful resort of Kuda Villingili as we speak, and Olivia from Hummingbird Travel, who's based in Melbourne. Hummingbird are a virtuoso in country partner and very much the leading authority in Europe for all things Indian Ocean. Olivia's an Aussie, has spent some time up in the UK and has moved back to build the brand down in Australia. So we partner with her very much up here, and I think probably will be down there because they have the local knowledge. For those who don't know me, I'm Mark from Waterstone. Whilst I'm based in London, I do look after Australia and New Zealand. So I'm well used to these very early mornings, as I'm doing now. And I come down once or twice a year to come and visit the market. So moving onwards, if I can. Okay, excuse me. I don't know why I'm stuck here. Okay, sorry about this.
If you try maybe unsharing and then sharing again, it might jig it back. Okay, or if you escape from the PowerPoint presentation, then go back into it, maybe, Mark.
Yeah. Okay. Voila. Thank you, Olivia. That's a great help. Brilliant. So really what we're going to cover today is really about getting to Australia, about surfing, and then some ideas about how you can combine that to make a great twin centre destination holiday. So very quickly, I'm sure this is something that you know already. I think the three main airlines that will take you into Australia are either going via the Middle East with Emirates, Qatar and Qantas on a code share, or Singapore. Singapore seems to be the most popular, just with this shorter journey, unless people are combining with a stay in Dubai or Abu Dhabi or Sri Lanka even. With Singapore, flight time works really well. They go from all the main cities. What it does do is get you, one of the flights gets you in quite late into Mali, about 9 o'clock, which can cause some issues. Here's a shot of Mali Airport for those of you who have landed. It's an amazing landing because you come across sea, you see these lovely little dots of islands, and then you're down. The airport is due for expansion. It's been quite a long journey. So the capacity hopefully will be increasing. Once you land, it's an old airport at the moment, but really easy to navigate. And once you come through customs, there's always going to be someone there. And I think there's either the Hummingbird rep or Kuda Villingili or both to meet you and take you through. You have to stop for the obligatory Instagram shot. I think there's usually a line of people out in front of this Maldives sign. I think it's one of the most Instagram spots in the world. And then you have two options, either seaplane or speedboat. I think they both have their merits, and Olivia's going to run through a few more details about moving around the island. I think there's a couple of advantages that your first stop is going to North Male Atoll and using the speedboat, especially if you've come off a long flight and you've already had 15 or 20 hours in the air. You really don't want to wait around too much, and the speedboat will take you straight away. And the other one is that in the evening, if you land on that nighttime flight, the seaplanes stop running by about 3 o'clock. So you really then need to get the boat, and it makes it you have that first day of your holiday, you're in resort as opposed to an airport hotel. But they're both well served. The Hummingbird team and Kuda Villingili team are fantastic at meeting, greeting, and taking you through to the next spot. Now I'm going to hand over to Zach now, because as somebody who grew up in suburban West London, I have no authority to talk about surfing. But Zach is a native of the Maldives and knows these areas very well.
Thank you, Mark. Yes, just a couple of things that I want to also mention about getting into the one of the island after taking so long trips, especially from Australia, which a place that I haven't been yet. Hopefully this year, I will
Hopefully
be there.
November.
Touch wood. Yes, it is a long way to come. If you get a great connection, it will be, I think, quicker, as Mark mentioned, from Singapore Airlines. But the best thing is that for us, being a distance where it is only maximum 30 to 25 minutes from the international airport, which the only time that you have to even wait a little bit is through the custom or anything inside the airport that we don't have any control. But the minute you come out of the arrival gate, our staff is always there to welcome, and or Hummingbird staff is there, and we will take maximum 20 minutes just to get to the port and another 20 minutes to go to the resort. So you don't lose a lot of time by just staying in the airport to come to the resort. And having it close to the airport, meaning the resort, I could actually arrange transfers 24 hours at any time. There is actually a new flight, which is not for Australia, but lands at 5:30 in the morning. But we arrange transfers to that early morning as well. So that is great. Some of the surfing spots, yes, are close to the Kuda Villingili. There is actually 5 surfing spots that is reachable. One of the surfing spot is just 3 minutes away. The maximum would take up to 20 minutes by a small boat. I wouldn't say a big speed boat, but a small one, which you can just go do surfing. So Chicken's break is right next to us. You don't need any of the boat or anything. Just whenever you're convenient, you just jump and do surfing. And Chicken's Break is also very well known surfing spot in the whole world, because 2 days ago, when I went just to see the sunset, it is right next to the sunset area. There was about 20 of the surfers just surfing right into Chicken's Break. Close to us, the next would be Corks. That is a local island right next to us. That is just 3 minutes away, I would say. So access to the surf spots are very easy when you stay with Kuda Villingili, obviously, and we have a really good team that takes care of if you like to go anywhere, any other surf spot. I think the surfers don't just enjoy one surfing spots, they would like to try different surf spots in different days. So if you
And I think
stay,
whenever I've been there, there's been a good sort of integration with the tourist surfers and the locals.
yeah,
Which
and it is actually quite a busy surfing spot for us. During the month, the surfing season from May up to October, the spot get very busy, and the waves are extremely big during the season. It could be up to 10 meters high. So it is a really good place. When there is this big waves, there is also something which we have, the baby chicken, which is for beginners, even during when it is a, surfing season. uh, People who wants to start from the beginning to the pro, we have two certified surfers who can teach the surfers to, from the beach on the land to go to the big waves. That is absolutely possible. And this is from our third party company, which is called MSTS. So that's quite about the surfing spots. If I can go ahead and tell you a little bit about the Kuda Villingili. As I said, it's really good to access. It's very easy. Some of the points that I would highlight is the location itself. It's on the north side of Malé airport. Um, and as I mentioned even before, because of the location itself, it's easy to access because there is transfers all 24 hours. So anytime you can come and just hop onto the boat, we will be bringing to the resort. We are also known to the largest swimming pool in the whole Maldives as a size-wise, uh, which is 150 meters long. If you look into the pool itself, there is actually a place where you can do swimmings that are Olympic size to swim, but not that deep to be Olympic size deep, but to swim, yes. Yes, again, we offer a large varieties of food and beverages. For an island this size, we have 7 restaurants with 12 cuisines actually now, although it's mentioned 11 in the writing, but we have actually 12 right now, which is so ideal for all the different vacations or families, couples, honeymooners. Everything is really uh, there is a large options. Total of our inventory is 75 villas. For 75 villas, that is a really a lot of options to dine around. I think maximum would usually stay would be 7 to 10 nights, if I'm not mistaken. But for us, this length of stay, it's a lot of dine around to somebody to have. Mark, if you can go to the other slide. So some of the villa types that we actually have villa types for all the different kinds of travelers. Over water with pool, we have sunrise sunset options, which is one of the largest entry level one bedrooms in this level of the resort. It's 182 square meters. We can easily fit 2 adults, 2 children below 12, or even 3 adults. There are some of the occasions that we just give exception if there is a toddler that's if the parents are fine, that's easy to accommodate. Even the beach villas, it is really large. As you can see, it's 152 square meters. for families, honeymooners. The location wise, it's on the beach, and all the beach villas and the 75 villas that we have are with private pool. This is having on top of the largest swimming pool in the Maldives. Again, you have a private pool in the pool. When we get really high occupancy in the island, even the high occupancy, the main pool seems to be very not crowded, because when you have your own pool right next to you, they like to enjoy in their own pool. And you go to the beach right in front of your swimming, go to this pool. So there is very little time that you can go and enjoy in the main pool. Those are the beach villas and water villas. And now we also have 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, and 4-bedroom options. For this is actually suitable for bigger families. And I would also recommend, if there are friends traveling together, if they would like to stay together, they can get maybe 4 families, 4 couples could enjoy in these two. Dine around, yes, as I mentioned, there is 7 restaurants with 12 different cuisines, and 2 bars we also have. Uh, one of the bar is actually located right in front of the South Point. This is one of my favorite location to see sunset, and there is DJ. Watch people do surfing, listen to the music, watch sunset. This is one of the best location you to be. And it is always all the surfers, if it is surfers, they can just enjoy anytime they want to the surfing spot. There are no charges just to use the surfing spot. Yeah, this is a really good picture from the biggest pool that we have.
I
There
think,
is.
sorry to jump in, Zach. The other thing I really loved about it is, despite everything it's got going on, is you can see it's very compact in style. It's a kilometer island, but the villas, if you're in one of the beach villas, you can walk out of the front onto the beautiful sand, or out of the back into the pool, and everything is accessible. So you're not spending a long time traveling around the island, where some could be spread out and are quite long, and you have to go from one end to the other. But
Yeah, and as I mentioned, for 75 villas, the island is quite spacious, I would say. It's 13.1 hectares in size-wise. So you don't feel like you are congested also in the island. You have so many space also that you can move around. And to go from A to B, we also provide bicycles. If somebody wants to have bicycles, they can just go early in the morning just to see sunrise, to go bike rides. This is lovely to do. And I could say that we are also blessed with having a private island spa. So the spa is actually separated from the main island. As you can see, it is all the rooms are over water. Although it is right on the water, and it is also right next to the surface point. So when you take the treatment in the spa, a lot of clients ask to keep the door open because they can hear the sounds of the wave break. Already, it's quite therapeutic to listen to the wave breaks. During the season, it gets very good with the breaks, and it is a lovely place to take your treatment. And in the middle of the 8 treatment rooms that we have, there is also 2 steam room, which is available for the clients. And one of the room is actually also an Ayurvedic treatment room specialized. We have a really fully equipped gym, which is open 24 hours. It's from the latest tech brand Techno Gym. So people can do exercises, and we have water sports activities, and we also have 2 tennis courts and 1 paddle tennis courts, one of the very upcoming sports that we have, paddle tennis. So and for the tennis and paddle tennis, all the equipments are complimentary. The only time there will be a little bit of charge if they need somebody to coach them or guide them. That's all.
Brilliant. Thanks, Zach. And then it's time to move on, but thankfully you're not moving on to get a flight home. You're going to go and explore the rest of the Maldives. So Olivia, should I stop sharing mine and you take over?
Sorry, yes, I'm just sharing mine now. Oh, sorry, I've gone to the
something else just to add, which obviously the resort was listed in Condé Nast. It was listed by the readers as top 8 in the Indian Ocean. And just yesterday, we got a fantastic review from the Telegraph in London, which gave it 9 out of 10, which was one of the best of any of the resorts in the Maldives. And I'll share that with you in the follow-up. Brilliant. So now the rest of the Maldives with Olivia.
Thank you. I will try to be quite quick, so I know we've not got a lot of time left. But yeah, so part of the webinar today, we wanted to also kind of highlight that we know as Australia is so far away, people often would like to do kind of a twin center trip if they get all the way to the Maldives. So yeah, I want to chat a little bit about how to move around the different atolls and basically how Hummingbird can assist with that, and then to book another hotel in conjunction with Kuda Villingili. So as the team has already mentioned, obviously speedboat, quickest and easiest transfer, especially when getting to hotels like Kuda Villingili, which are quite close to the airport. That's a great option for most people, especially after a long flight. Another option is the seaplane, which is definitely the most popular in terms of when people want to kind of see all the different islands and get an amazing view of the Maldives from above. So seaplane kind of is to most resorts in the Maldives that obviously aren't in North or South Male Atolls. And then there's also a domestic flight, which is basically servicing the very far north or very far south islands. So yeah, places that are much more further away from the airport and take a bit longer to get there, but are definitely still worth going to because they have amazing kind of minimal light pollution and beautiful marine life and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, 3 great options about getting around the different atolls. And basically, because our team are at the airport, as the guys have mentioned already, they're basically helping guests get between the different transfers, making sure they know what's going on, what time everything is, where to go. They're the ones actually physically checking them in to the domestic flight or to the seaplane. And then they're there basically for any kind of emergency that happens, hopefully not, but anything that happens or comes up, if they had to take, a last minute overnight stay in Male or anything like that, our team is there offering that kind of 24/7 support to you and to your clients. We also offer a VIP arrival service at the airport, which basically is a fast track for immigration, and then they get to wait in the nice CIP lounge. They get their luggage collected for them, and then they get to have a VIP car transfer to the seaplane terminal if they're going to a seaplane resort. So there's just a few options for the arrival. I also wanted to quickly mention about a bit of culture. So quite often, obviously, people go to the Maldives and then they just go to a resort island and then they experience all the luxury that it has to offer. But there's also obviously a lot of culture and history to learn about in the Maldives. And especially for guests who might have a bit of a wait between transfers or before a domestic flight, sorry, before an international flight home, we offer a Male City tour. So normally they're around 2.5 hours. Our team actually meets them at the airport, takes them over the bridge to the island of Male, which is sort of close to the airport island, and then takes them on a tour around the island, letting them know about the history, seeing some of the kind of main places, and yeah, basically just getting to learn about the Maldives. So that's definitely a great option for people if their clients want to learn a bit more about the destination and they've got a bit of time to kill as well. So I wanted to chat about, obviously, surfing. Definitely the best spot for surfing is in North Male Atoll at staying at the Kuda Villingili. But a great twin center if you've got clients that are quite interested in surfing, but then also the marine life, because I'd say, yeah, surfing obviously very famous in the Maldives, but then marine life as well is one of the main things that it's so well known about. So the sort of three best atolls for marine life, I'd have to say, would be the Bar Atoll, the Ra Atoll, and the South Ari Atoll. So all quite close to North Male, not too far, a seaplane journey, and all offering incredible experiences with marine life. So Bar Atoll is home to the UNESCO World Biosphere Reserve, which is Hanifaru Bay, that sees manta rays during the manta season in numbers up to 200, sometimes 250 of them swimming all together. And guests can actually go to the bay and experience that snorkeling and seeing them. Ra Atoll is also really, really famous for during the manta season. They kind of spill out of Bar and travel around Ra a lot as well. So there's some great points in Ra Atoll, and also the Manta Trust is located there as well. And then South Ari Atoll, which is definitely the best place to see whale sharks. So yeah, but basically we always feel like we hear that people are keen to see the manta rays or whale sharks or both. So these are the kind of best locations to see them. So some of the best resorts to pair with Kuda Villingili if wanting to do a twin center to see some of the marine life would be the Dusitani in Bar Atoll. It's got an amazing 360 house reef. It's very close to Hanifaru Bay. Anantara Kihava might be the best house reef in the Maldives, and also very close to Hanifaru Bay. We say arguably just because there's quite a few other resorts that we work with that also have equally as good house reefs, but Kihava's is definitely one of the top. Sniba has an incredible house reef as well, and very, very close to Hanifaru Bay. Intercontinental Maldives and Ra Atoll, they're heavily involved in the Manta Trust. It's an incredible place to go to be able to view them and also learn about them. And actually at Intercon, you can sort of get involved with the Manta Trust, and you can actually basically kind of sponsor a manta, and then you get to name it, and then you can get updates on how it's going and you know, how many sightings they've had of it during the week and all that sort of stuff. So that's a great place to go for that. And then in South Ari Atoll for the whale sharks, definitely the number one choice would be the Conrad Maldives Rangali. So kind of an ideal itinerary, just as an idea, would be a twin center for the ultimate surfing and marine life combination, I would say, would be the Kuda Villingili and Anantara Kihava. So normally, I'd say if you're coming from Australia, I would assume most people would want to have sometimes up to 10 nights. So the perfect stay would be a 5-night and a 5-night stay, obviously getting to enjoy all the amazing things at Kuda Villingili that Zach mentioned earlier, including the surfing, obviously. And then they would travel by seaplane, not that far, about 35 minutes to Kihava for another 5-night stay. And there they could experience the beautiful house reef, lots of snorkeling. They've got an amazing underwater restaurant as well. And then they offer this thing called Manta on Call, where basically guests who are interested in being able to go to Hanifaru and they want to see the mantas in huge numbers, they can sign up to this thing called Manta on Call. The resort then has some of the team actually sort of surveying the bay, and then they'll call back to the resort and say, there's a huge number of them, they've just moved in, quick, tell all the guests. They call all the guests that want to go. They all jump on a boat and go straight out to Hanifaru Bay and yeah, get to jump in the water straight away, snorkeling. You're not allowed to scuba dive in the bay just because it is a protected area, but you are allowed to snorkel in the sort of top of the water and kind of just look down at them. But yeah, the team is very good at making sure you're not too close and that they're still, you know, protected and looked after, and it's not crowding them or anything like that. And then at the end of the trip, they'll return to Male for their trip home. So I've put a price starting there. That's for 2 packs on bed and breakfast in the lead-in room type, and then excursions will be extra. That's in the months of October, November, which is typically the best time for the manta rays. And then finally, another itinerary idea is if they wanted to do the whale shark experience paired with the surfing, then we would definitely recommend the Conrad Maldives. I based this on a 7-night stay in case people don't have up to 10 nights. So then the perfect time would be 4 nights at Kuda Villingili, doing all the surfing and amazing things there, and then traveling 30 minutes by seaplane to Conrad, and then getting to experience everything there. They have an incredible spa as well as Kuda, lots of snorkeling, diving, and then exclusive trips to see the whale sharks. Whale sharks are actually more solo animals. They don't tend to travel in groups. So they are a little bit harder to see than the mantas, but they do often kind of swim into the resort area, swim into the resort reef. And then the team, again, are kind of always on lookout for them, and we'll let guests know if there's one nearby and then take them out to be able to see it up close. So the best time of the year for this would be between April and May, 7 nights, and then price lead in there, 2 packs on bed and breakfast in a lead-in room type. So yeah, just a few things about twin center ideas paired with Kuda Villingili. And all of that can be organized by Hummingbird, kind of packaging the whole thing together and then giving you that full support from start to finish, giving you all the options up front so you can sell the Maldives to your clients like you're the experts. We give you all the tools that you need to be able to present them with all these options. And then yeah, full support 24/7 while they're while they're in the destination, and yeah, any backup that's required.
Brilliant.
Yeah, that's it
Thanks,
for me.
Olivia. And I think it making those combinations are great for the families and groups where there's a variety of different interests and work well. Brilliant. We just run a couple of minutes over, but I wonder if there's any questions from the audience there. Anything you'd like to know more about?
No, that's good. I really like the package ideas, and that's something that we also like to feature as well. So it's something I'll definitely pass on to our product designer as well.
Yeah, I think it makes the difference all the time. If somebody is just flying to one point, staying in one hotel and flying back, the likelihood is they might book it either with the airline or online. And I think for travel advisors, it's just making sure that there's so much more you can do there and using those connections. So please, Karen, let us know. And if you want me to connect you with Olivia as well, happy to do that and have a chat with her.
Oh, that'd be great. Thank you.
Brilliant. Any others? Brilliant. Well, thanks. I'll follow up with the other thing I'll follow up with is some itineraries and a few blog posts that you could use to hopefully inspire your clients, and then access to the recording. So please, if in the future you have contacts, I'll make any questions. Sorry, I'll share Zach's and Olivia's contacts with you, and reach out to us, and we're there to help.
That'd be wonderful. Thank you. That was great.
Brilliant. Well, thanks for your time, and enjoy your evening, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Cheers. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.